Good morning, channel viewers. Today we have a sunrise hike for you on the Collins Hill Park and Collins Hill Aquatic Center trails by Collins Hill High School. We get to see the wonderfully wooded area in twilight. We do some zoomies along the well-maintained soft surface trail, and of course we make sure the world is safe from school buses. All on this episode of Atlanta Hikes with Athena. Good morning. Hi, you ready to go? Yes, you are. Come on, let's go. Good girl. Let's go. Come on. Well, good morning, Atlanta Hikes with Athena viewers. We are doing a sunrise walk at Collins Hill Park and the Collins Hill Aquatic Center this morning in Gwinnett County on the Lawrenceville-Sewanee border. It is 6:35 or so on the morning of July 30th. Sunrise will be at 6:46 this morning. These are a couple of my favorite parks, not just because they are right by my house, but because they are very pretty and offer a lot of varied views as you hike them. We are right in front of Collins Hill High School right now, which is why you're hearing school bus sounds. I think they're just doing practice runs for a school which starts in about a week. We are walking along Collins Hill Road. So that's a lot of Collins Hill. Collins Hill Road, Collins Hill High School, Collins Hill Aquatic Center, Collins Hill Park. So there is going to be a lot of places to start your hike or run if you come visit this park. I am starting here in front of the high school because I've walked here from home. I only live about a half a mile away from here. I'm sure everything looks much brighter on camera right now since the camera brings in a lot more light. But it is still kind of that twilighty feel out here this morning. It is going to be another brutally hot day here in Atlanta, so I wanted to get an early start. I also really like the way the light looks in these parks in the early morning. And if we're lucky, maybe we'll see a deer or two. Come on, let's go. So one thing about visiting here for these relatively small parks is that there is a ton of parking, especially when you factor in Collins Hill High School as well. However, and we'll see a lot of the parking lots. However, if you're planning to come here on a school morning, of course the Collins Hill parking lot area is going to be off limits. And if you come on a Friday night football game, there can be almost no parking available here. So do take a look at the calendar for the Collins Hill football games in that situation. Athena is deciding to walk by my side today instead of out in front like she normally does. Okay, so here to our right is the Collins Hill Aquatic Center loop. We'll see the Aquatic Center building in a little bit. The Aquatic Center loop is about a mile long, and it is all paved. When we cross the street over to, by the way, I just realized I said we were walking along Collins Hill Road. We're walking along Taylor Road. Collins Hill Road is at the intersection up there. And I lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. Oh, the Collins Hill Aquatic, the Collins Hill Park itself is about a 1.5 mile loop, and it is all soft trail. The parks are mostly very flat and gentle, with some intense hills thrown in for fun. Now, we are entering the only place I'm concerned about the darkness on camera, because this is, even on a bright sunny day, this area is so shaded, it can be very dark. Let's see how it shows up. Lions and tigers and bears. Yeah, it's not looking good on camera. But this is a very nice shaded flat spot. Let's see if we can see the school up there. That's Collins Hill High School up there. While this is awful on camera, it's great if you're running or walking on a warm, sunny day. You get a bit of a respite. We're coming up here at a little intersection. The bridge on the right leads to Collins Hill High School parking lot. So if you park in the football area parking lot, you can find this bridge to come in. Over here, we also have these wild feral cats that live here, and people feed them and take care of them here. Morning. This parking lot attaches to the Aquatic Center, and that is the softball field up there. Collins Hill often has excellent softball teams. In fact, we had a national championship softball team some years ago. Okay, so here at this intersection, going to the right takes us on the full loop. This is a connector that can allow you to turn this run or walk into a figure eight if you like. But as you see how wooded it is here, and the trees really go sky high. Athena is very interested in those sounds, which Hard for me to tell what they are. I think they're bullfrogs. Yes, I agree. Give him a good woofie. Give him a good woofie. Come on, girl. Come on. Yeah. So this is the area of the park where I most often see deer. So with a little bit of luck, we'll be able to see them. Okay, another little intersection here. Up to the left is the rear parking lot of the aquatic center. Going to the right continues the main trail. You might be able to hear the babbling brook in the background. It's just off to our right, only about 10 yards away. Now this area right here that we're heading down, this is downhill. This is one of my favorite spots in all of Gwinnett. I've never been able to put my finger on exactly why I like this view so much right here. It has something to do with the way it's maintained, the towering trees, the line of sight, the downhill portion, the brook to the side, but I never get tired of this spot, and this is one of the most common parks I walk in because it is closest to my home. Sorry guys that Athena is not wanting to be on camera today. As soon as I say that, she makes her appearance. There is something about being in the parks just as the sun rises. I am a morning person, so it's my favorite time of day. If you're not a morning person, this won't hold the same appeal for you, but if you're a runner or a walker, there's a high likelihood that you are a morning person. Good morning. Okay, so we are hitting the lowest part of the park here, and what's interesting is I often find the temperature goes up 10 degrees on hot days at this portion. I think just because of the humidity of the kind of the swampiness of the area. Now a bigger creek is off to our right. We're going to get some good views of that shortly. There's our doggo, finally leading the way as she is paid to do. Of course, it's a black dog on black asphalt in early light, so maybe it's okay that we just look up and get some more light on camera here. Okay, another intersection here. Going off to the right here, it's about a quarter of a mile trail, all paved, that leads to a neighborhood. If you take it, I don't remember the name of the neighborhood, but the neighborhood itself includes a really nice lake in the center of it that I like to walk up to and see. On a future video, we will take that route. The wooded portion of that trail is also a place where I've seen deer often. Of course, this morning it seems to be a no deer day. And here's our first real view of this creek. Can you go take a look? Come on, go take a look. Okay, come on, girl. Snacking on some of the local fauna. Come on, Tina. Just love how tall the trees are in this park. Come on, Tina. Okay, we're coming up on Collins Hill Road here, and we're about to take a short break from the Aquatic Center loop and cross over into Collins Hill Park and do that soft trail. Beware the Cyclops. Okay, so Here you see the main entrance to the Collins Hill Aquatic Center, and there across the street is Collins Hill Park. We have a traffic light here, walk sign, easy to travel. So we're gonna pick up this trail again when we come back across the street. So let's make our way over to Collins Hill Park. No cars coming either direction. So forgive me as I cross against the light. Okay, so off to the left here, we have some very nice basketball courts, very well maintained. These are very popular courts. In warm evenings, you will often see them being heavily used. We got school buses all over the place today, as I'm guessing they're practicing their route. So pavilion area here across the street, beach volleyball court. So we've just passed our first mile. Again, we started up at in front of Collins Hill High School. We'll see more of that field and the lake just over it shortly. And we're gonna have to pass this school bus. See if Athena loses her mind. She has decided that all school buses must die. Yes, she expressed her opinion on the whole back to school situation. Okay, so here we are going to enter the soft trail. So this parking lot here, this is the one I would recommend because it's a nice be able to just start the trail right here. So we enter the soft trail into the woods. This is extremely well maintained by Gwinnett Parks and Recreation. They're often putting new mulch down. Just like across the street, we have towering trees. And we have a poop break, so excuse me for a sec. Okay, come on, girl. Let's go. We're entering one of the uphill portions here. This is great for trail running practice. I'm guessing 10% grade right here. the sniffer's working in overdrive this morning. Just a nice little stairway down to a sitting area by the creek here. When we left the house this morning, she immediately was on the scent of something and was going full bore after it. One problem with these morning hikes is clearing the spider webs with your face, but oh well, small price to pay. Okay, so here is a nice intersection. So, especially if you're looking to do trail running. So the soft, nice, clean paved path goes up ahead. But over here, we have just a spur that will reconnect with where we're going, and I'll show you where it comes out. But it's very technical, and I'm actually going to show you part of it. It's very technical. The roots are just everywhere here, and they get even worse further up ahead. But one thing I like here is this giant tree. It's absolutely beautiful, and a lot of people have carved into it over the years. So, again, the next time we hike here, we'll take this route, but not this time. And Athena's finally leading the way. The humidity today is awful. I am already pretty soaked. Here's one of those intense hills I was telling you about. This must be a good 20% grade. It's like going up a flight of stairs. And as we come out up here, we're hitting the ball field area. All the ball fields are down in this area. Parking lot here. If league season is going on Saturday morning and you come up here, it can be hard to find parking up here. Coming up on the batting cages, which Makes me very nostalgic for when my kids played baseball and softball. Shout out to my son David, who just had his 26th birthday, and my daughter Katie, who was a Collins Hill All-Star softball player and got a lot of heavy use on these out of these cages. Come on, girl. So I just realized I've passed a few garbage cans and I'm still holding the poop bag. Let's take a side trip to another garbage can so I can deposit it. Here's the T-ball field. We have bathrooms over here. I'm gonna guess these bathrooms are locked this time of day. So the aquatic center building itself, if it's open, you can use those bathrooms. Now we re-enter the woods, continuing along this 1.5 mile trail. And another intense uphill. I like to do this park in a clockwise direction. I like the way the hills hit. Oh, here is where that spur comes out. Doesn't really add any distance, but it does add some technical training if you like that. Again, that was like going up a short flight of stairs, and we're going to hit that again after we complete this downhill. And briefly emerge from the woods into the power line area. So we are at one of two of my favorite portions of the trail portion here in Collins Hill Park. It's just nice, flat, gentle downhill grade. See, we do have some mile markers here in the park. Half mile right there. Of course, I think the 0 marker was where we entered. I just failed to point it out. Bad reviewer, bad. Nope, not you. Athena just looked at me with that look of, what did I do wrong? Good morning. We are entering a long downhill portion here. Back when I was doing trail run training, I loved just zooming down this hill. Felt you could really go fast because even if you were to lose your balance, the trail is soft enough that if you do a shoulder roll, you should be okay. Fortunately, that's never happened to me. When I was a trail runner, I tripped on roots a lot, but while I had some close calls, I never actually hit the ground. We have homes off to the left of this trail. Those are in the Edgewater neighborhood. One day I'll be doing a video of hiking the Edgewater neighborhood. It's beautiful and can do a very big loop there. So here's a good example of how skilled the Parks and Recreation Department is in Gwinnett for keeping things maintained. When I first started running in this park, this area got very muddy, and as you can probably see how wet the rocks are. It just really, water just pools here. But putting this gravel down was an excellent move. And it keeps it from getting muddy and slippery, especially if you come down that hill running at top speed. 3/4 of a mile marker here. And for the total walk so far, my Garmin is showing 1.96. So just as we hit this uphill portion here, we're going to be at the 2-mile mark for today's hike, which should end up being around 3.5 miles. This is going to be the worst hill of the day here. This one feels relentless. Feels like you're climbing 10 flights of stairs. Got Athena on a short leash. Good morning. Good morning. Excuse my huffing and puffing. Yeah, she found some feathers to sniff. I couldn't get the camera to work properly, or the gimbal rather. And we made it to the top of the hill. Random memory, right at this spot, my daughter Katie, when she was maybe 10, 11 years old, stepped on I think it was a yellow jacket here, and got stung on the sole of her foot. So beautiful wooded area here. We'll do another video here in the wintertime when it's all bare and gives you a completely different viewpoint. And we emerge into the power line area yet again, but we will be rewarded by my favorite area of this particular park. And again, that is the Edgewater neighborhood I referenced earlier. I told you there were two favorite areas of mine in the park. This is number 2, and this one just edges out the other one for me. It's just a nice, gentle rolling path through the woods. I have never seen deer. Oh, we got a mow-free zone. We are hitting the 1 mile marker. And it is just so peaceful in here. I will shut up for now. Athena. Athena, sit. Sit. Stay. Good girl. I've always wanted to come here in the midst of a strong storm and see this gully washer area fill up. Apparently it's one of those things that's better as an idea than to put into practice, because I've never done it in all the years I've lived here. Which is 8 years of living within walking distance of this park, but 20 odd years of living in the area. We have yellow police tape up. I wonder what this is all about. Just says trail closed. I see why. It is a tree has broken way up there, and they're expecting it to fall. So it does say we can go around. So let's do that. Tree decides to fall now. This could be the last video I ever make. There's the crack. Okay, let's go. Yeah, definitely that tree does not have long for this world. And there is the lake. Just beautiful on a summer morning. Not sure how easy it is to see on camera. We'll get a better view of it shortly. Here's the 1¼ mile marker. So that makes me almost certain that we passed the 0 mile marker just as we entered this trail. Not at the basketball court area, but when we entered the soft part of the trail. We're just shy of 2.5 miles on my Garmin. We have our first doggo of the day, and she is stalking it. Let's leave it. Leave it. Good morning. Good girl. Good girl. That was a good leave it. Come on, this way. So the trail itself, you would go up here to the sidewalk, and then that's where we entered in that tree line over there. But I want to show you the field. There's people playing basketball now, but really want to show you the lake. It's just so beautiful. There's a couple of side areas where we can explore around here. This way, come on. As I say in just about every park video I do around here, can't believe I'm in Metro Atlanta. This feels more like I'm in England. A playground where my kids played when they were very little. And pavilion that can be rented out. Homes on the lake in the distance. Let's see, you can also see a dock. It's right back there. That it belongs to the Edgewater Homeowners Association. There's someone over there fishing with what appears to be a boxer with him. Yeah, she caught the scent of the grills. I'm sure there's lots of good sniffies there. Let's just take a look at just how pretty this lake is. Come this way, girl. Okay, let's head up to the dam. Although we're not seeing any right now, there are a ton of geese around here usually. Now, this area right here of the dam, when it snows, and yes, we do get snow in Atlanta, this is a great sledding hill. It's very popular. Now I'm going to take you to a hidden treasure of Collins Hill Park that you could visit here many times and never know it was here. They're doing some portable weightlifting over there in the middle of the parking lot. Probably a personal trainer that comes to you. We do have bathroom facilities right here. I'm going to assume they're open, but let's take a look. Yeah, they are unlocked. Water station, is it working? It is, but it's only for filling up water bottles. And then, so here, this is the first parking lot off to the right as you arrive into Collins Hill Park, not the Aquatic Center. And here is the little hidden gem that would be very easy to miss. Just a very nice, short, beautiful, well-maintained little side trail. So let's just take it. It essentially just circles the parking lot, but it is worth viewing. We have this little brook right next to it. And then just right here, my goodness, just gorgeous. This is the creek that we passed at the Collins Hill Aquatic Center. Just love all these little nooks and crannies. So you see, very short, very well worth the detour. And now we will double back across Collins Hill Road back to the Aquatic Center. Finish up that trail. At 2.9 miles on the Garmin. As you see, we now have lots of hoops going on. It's interesting. There are 4 players using 4 baskets. Probably everybody's sizing each other up. And this time I'm gonna push the button. Oop. Come on, come on. Saw him just in time. Regular viewers of the channel know that Athena thinks bikes must die. Okay, so as we come here, we can just go to the right and follow the sidewalk, but we're going to continue on at the same portion of the Aquatic Center trail where we took off. So if you remember, we came from that direction, and we're going to pick up the trail going here. Very wooded little area, but it's also a very intense little hill coming up. Another one of those hills that feels like you're walking upstairs. This is the aquatic center itself. Public swimming, water park in the back of it. There's a parking lot behind it that also has a direct little trail connector that I pointed out earlier. Help you get your bearings. There's the softball field that I pointed out from the other side. And there's a little bit of a view of the water park. We're going to continue along the trail. So to the left, this is the figure 8 connector that I pointed out earlier. Of course, we're continuing a real big loop, so we're going off to the right. This is a student parking lot as well. So again, this is not an area you can park during the school year, during the school days. And this little sign here, entering school board property. Okay, another nice intense hill here. Maybe about 30 degrees. Again, we are walking along Collins Hill Road here. Coming up here on the left is the Collins Hill High School practice field. The only teams I've seen practicing here is the marching band and the lacrosse teams, both girls and boys. I don't think I've ever seen any other groups practicing here. And now we're back on Taylor Road, which fronts Collins Hill High School. So when we get up to the top of the hill, way up there in the distance, that will be the end of today's hike. And then right here, as it starts to go downhill again, this is where we entered the aquatic trail. So we have completed this loop. And we have completed both this loop and the Collins Hill Trail loop. Now we're on the lollipop portion, back to the front of Collins Hill High School. And I'll show you all the state championship signs. As far as girls state basketball champions, We also had girls national basketball champions when WNBA star Maya Moore played for them. Actually, here is that sign, 2007. Wrestling state duels champion. So here's something interesting about wrestling. The wrestling champions. Now I'm going to embarrass myself slightly here, but the boys wrestling coach was actually my doubles partner for a couple of seasons. Unfortunately, I am drawing a total and complete blank on his name. Sorry about that, buddy. One of the wrestlers he coached was Kyle Maynard, who you can look up. He was featured on Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel once because he was born with only partial limbs. But was an excellent wrestler. You should look him up. I believe he has some YouTube videos. I remember one too where he is climbing Kilimanjaro in Africa. Okay, bad hill right here. And our last couple of state championship signs. Softball state champions 2013, and as I mentioned before, national champions. Pretty cool that we have two girls teams that won national championships in softball and basketball. It's pretty rare to be able to win a national championship in anything. So for one little high school to do so, well done. Athena, you smiling? So Walnut Grove Elementary here. A lot of people showing up. I wonder if it's a kindergarten registration type of situation because a lot of little kids. Okay, so as we are coming up on the main entrance of Collins Hill High School, we're just closing in on 8 o'clock. And we are at the end of this hike. Please, if you enjoyed this video, click on like. If you haven't already, click on subscribe. It really will help me out. And I enjoy making these videos for you. I hope you enjoy watching them. Until our next adventure, it's Dan and Athena saying a tired doggo is a happy doggo. Oh, and we were just at 3.6 miles. Bye, guys.